Okay, so first, the University of Paris doesn't exist anymore as University of Paris. Today, we have 13 universities.
This is immigration attorney Parviz Malakouti. I'm here with French-Lebanese lawyer and our expert French legal historian, Michel Nassar, over there in his spacious Parisian apartment in quarantine. And Michel, today we're going to do a follow-up to our video, which we made about a year ago, which is how to become a lawyer in France. We posted that video on YouTube. It got a really positive response. A lot of people contacted us in the comments and actually emailed us directly asking about different aspects. So we thought we'd do this follow-up video about the history of the University of Paris, which is partially known as Sorbonne, because it's so interesting. So thanks for being here, Michel. Let's get right into it. What is the University of Paris? When was it founded? And what's the relationship between University of Paris and Sorbonne, which everybody knows all over the world?
Okay, so first, the University of Paris doesn't exist anymore as University of Paris. Today, we have 13 universities. We call them Paris 1 to 13. So Paris 1, Paris 2, so up to 13, number 13. So okay. It has been like this since 1970.
Why was it split up from 1 to 13?
Okay, so maybe let's go back to the history of the university and then we'll explain how it happened and why. So what became University of Paris started as a cathedral school for the Notre Dame Cathedral. So it was attached to the cathedral, and it was what was known as the ancestor of a university, a cathedral school. It was back in 1150. A few years later, it became officially University of Paris. It was recognized by the King of France and then by the Pope. And within this University of Paris, they had College Sorbonne. So this is why today we have University of Sorbonne in Paris, because the Collège La Sorbonne was so famous back then, and until now actually, that we tend to call the entire university by the name of this specific college, this specific school.
Got it. Okay, so we have 13 schools now, which are the legacy of University of Paris. Go ahead, please.
No, we have 13 universities. So in 1970, the one University of Paris was split into 13 universities. And within these 13 universities, we have several colleges, several schools.
Got it. Okay. So my next question is, well, first of all, everybody all around the world knows the name Sorbonne. Okay. Is Sorbonne the most prestigious of the 13 universities now?
It is, especially for foreigners. When it comes to locals, we know that in some specific matters, for some specific schools, you can have more prestigious universities than Paris 1, than Paris 1, Sorbonne. Okay. So let's say for law school, you have as well Paris number 2, Paris 2. We call it Panthéon Assas or Assas, A-S-S-A-S.
Okay, so we have Paris 1, Paris 1, Sorbonne, Paris 2, Assas. Okay. Yeah. Competing in terms of prestige, okay, within France. So in your personal opinion, Michel Nassar, which one of the two schools do you think, law schools, is more prestigious?
In terms of prestige, I would say number 1, Paris 1.
Okay. Is that because of the famous Sorbonne name?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. That brings me to the next question. Why? Where does the name Sorbonne come from?
So the name Sorbonne, as we said, comes from the Collège La Sorbonne. Itself, it comes from the name of the one who started the college. His family name was Sorbonne because he was from a small village named Sorbonne. Back then, it was written a little differently, S-O-R-B-O-N. Today, at the end, you have O-double-N-E. But I assume it was pronounced the same, Sorbonne.
Got it. Okay, great. Anything else you'd like to add about the history of Sorbonne and University of Paris?
Yeah. So first question was, why do we have 13 universities now? Is like because with time they had less and less room compared to the number of students, and they had quite a lot of tension. So it led, among other reasons, in 1968, to a student protest, a lot of student protest. And from there, they closed the university for 2 years. And in 1970, when it opened again, it opened as 13 different universities. They split the University of Paris into 13 universities.
Got it. Okay. One last question. Within France, is there any law school that is considered more prestigious than either Paris 1 or Paris 2?
Not really. I don't want to disappoint, but okay, so maybe you have in other cities, I don't want to disappoint them. You have prestigious university in Lyon, Bordeaux, and Aix-en-Provence, but obviously not as prestigious as Sorbonne.
Okay. And how about that university in Saint-Quentin, just outside of Paris?
It's not yet as famous, but one day.
Okay, got it. And of course, we're referring to UVSQ, University of Versailles, Saint-Quentin. That is the school of which myself and Michel are alumni. So,
absolutely.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, Michel. It's been very interesting, and we'll have you on soon talking about other French legal historical topics.
Thank you.